Hey everyone, welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. So today we're looking at a situation in your life and how it's going to turn out. How's it going to end? How's it going to go? What's it going to look like? So I have 3 cards for you, 3 readings. Your first card for group 1 is the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. Hold that there for a sec so you can get a good look. Group 2, your card is the King of Swords. And finally, group 3, your card is the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. All right. So whatever group, whatever card you feel pulled to, go ahead and choose that group. Go down into the description box, click on the timestamp for the group you want to watch, and it will take you straight there. For some of you, you may want to watch more than one or all 3 if you have different areas of your life that that you're wondering about. So just food for thought. All right, thanks y'all. We'll see you in the reading. Hi, group 1. All right, we're going to take a look at a situation in your life and how it's going to turn out for you. So your initial card here is the Nine of Swords. Let's get some additional cards out, but I can see you're definitely worried about something. There's something on your mind. There's something that has kind of eaten away at your thoughts. But let's get a little more information here. All right, we have lilies. The book. Move these up a little bit. And the Rider. And let's get your tarot cards down. You have the Knight of Cups. The King of Pentacles. Page of Cups reversed. And one more. And finally, King of Cups reversed. All right, give me just a second. I just want to take these cards in and I'm going to listen for some initial messages for you from Spirit. Before I do, I'd just like to mention that if you would like a personal reading, one that's just about you and your situation, not a general reading as this is, you can check my website for what's available there. My website is pink22tarot.com. There's also a link down below. Otherwise, I hope this reading gives you what you need. If it does, give it a thumbs up, please. Drop me a comment, subscribe, whatever you feel called to do. It helps me know that our energies are connecting and that the reading was valuable in some way. So thank you for that. All right, bear with me while I listen. Hold on one sec, y'all. All right, so the first thing I'm getting for you is that for most of you, this is a concern that has something to do with your finances, with the money that you make, or if it's not about you, it's someone that's important to you and their finances. Just listen and see if there's any other exceptions to that, just in case that's not what you're worried about. I want to make sure I'm addressing everybody Okay, if it's not about money for you, it's still about something that is very valuable, something that's very important to you. Um, Maybe money isn't the most important thing to you, you know, but I do feel for most of you, this is some kind of financial worry. It's a worry about the future. It's less about your situation right now than it is about, are things going to get better in the future? Are things going to get worse in the future? Am I going to be able to afford my apartment, my lifestyle, whatever it may be? For some of you, you may be starting your own business, and that there may be some concerns there about um, bringing in enough money, or you may already have your own business and have some concerns there. And I'm not saying that you don't have any financial worries right now. You very well might in this present moment, but it feels like your thoughts are directed toward the future more so than this immediate moment right now. Let me hear what else they want to tell you up front. They are telling me there is going to come a day when you will be financially secure. They're telling me you have to go through, there's some transitions you need to go through before you get to where you want to be financially. But if there's concerns in your mind that I'm never going to get there, this is never going to work out, it's never going to get better, they're really encouraging you to let those feelings go, because first of all, never is a long time, but more so than that, while you may not be feeling your own abundance in this immediate moment, or you may have worries about the future, abundance is there for you. They're giving me that in some way you've already earned it. You've already worked very hard for something. You've already sacrificed. You've given your all. Uh, you've sort of taken the lumps, right? You've taken the difficult road and you've done your part to earn your abundance. And so abundance is your right. It is your gift from the universe. It is on its way to you. It doesn't necessarily ease your worries, It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to stop worrying, although I can tell that your spirit team is doing everything they can to help you relax and help you calm down so that you don't interrupt the energy that's flowing towards you, this abundant energy that's flowing towards you. We can put blockages up. We can create waves in our energy that not prevent, but slow good things from coming to us. So your spirit team is doing what they can to help you take a deep breath and to remember that you've earned your abundance. It is on its way. And you truly have nothing to worry about, but that's, I know, easier said than done. So with your initial card here, we have the Nine of Swords, and they're bringing my attention, this word at the top says cruelty. And there is a part of you that wonders, is the universe just cruel? Like, I've done everything, done the work, right? You can hear yourself saying this, that you've done everything you could do. You feel like you've given up, you've sacrificed, you've not given up, but given up maybe some luxuries in your life, given up um, something in your life. You've sacrificed something, and you don't understand why the universe is so giving towards others, and it feels almost cruel towards you. They're telling me this cruelty is not real. It's a moment in time right now that you'll look back on and realize was a blip, right? This was just a time when you were feeling low, when you were feeling worried, when you were feeling scared, but you will come to see that the universe is actually very giving, and you will get what you deserve. These thoughts are mental. They're mental thoughts. They're mental worries. They're not reality, as much as it may feel like reality to you at the moment. So you have 3 Lenormand cards here, the lilies, the book, and the rider. The lilies tell me that there's something that you have been working on for a long time. Again, if this is about someone else, someone you care about, if you're kind of cross watching here and watching for someone else, say it's the same message. They've been working on something for a long time, but or working at something for a long time and not getting their due. But I'm going to address it as if it's you. Just change that if it's not you. But you've been working at something for a really, really long time. You've done your best to stay hopeful. You've done your best to keep the faith, to stay, in a place of trust and belief. You've tried to keep your energy as calm as possible, but you're starting to feel like you're reaching the breaking point. You don't know what the answer is. You don't know what the solution is. You don't know how things are going to go. And that's why you have this book card. The book card holds all the secrets. And it only reveals those secrets when we're ready to know. Well, let me hear what Spirit has to say about these secrets and if there's anything you can do to better understand them. A lot of it comes down to belief. It doesn't change the outcome. The outcome is yours for the taking. The abundance is coming. The book just represents that place of not knowing how or when or what it will look like. It doesn't mean that it's being withheld from you. The reality is not being withheld from you. The answers might be, right? They're saying all you can do right now is try to believe. Clear your energy as much as you can and stay in that hopeful place, stay in that positive place, stay in that abundant, manifesting energy. What's meant for you is still going to make its way to you. I want you to know that. So even if you catch yourself getting very, feeling very down, feeling very worried, feeling very concerned about your finances, the worry does create an energetic dissonance that it can push good things from coming to you. It doesn't push it away. It doesn't make it go away. What's meant for you will still make its way to you. It just makes it slower. It just takes longer. It's harder to get to you. That's all. The secret is to continue to believe if you can. The secret to easing out your energy is they're giving me, imagine yourself a year, 5 years, 10 years down the future to a time when this is no longer a worry, when you've already got everything you've been dreaming of. Imagine that time and how it will feel to look back on this moment. What would you say to yourself in this moment to make yourself feel better, to make yourself believe that it is coming? Your future self knows that it's already there. What would you say to yourself to help this present moment you keep the faith? And try doing that, exactly that. All right. So then we move into the Rider card. The Rider is moving forward. It's bringing messages of hope. It's experiencing the adventure. This is what they're telling me, experiencing the adventure of life on a whole new level. It will be hard for you to fathom right now exactly what this feels like because you've not been there before. But if you can trust that it will be magnificent, that it will bring you not just what you need, but even more. It's like a reward from the universe for your trust, for your belief, for your hope, and of course for your hard work. So it is going to play out in a positive way. And let me just hold on one sec. They're telling me once you get past there, it feels like there's this it's not even a mountain. There's this hill. You've been up and down mountains with this situation. You've struggled. You've had moments where things felt okay and moments when things felt very hard. It feels like there is a hill in front of you. It's not a big hill. You're nearly there. It's like the last little molehill in your way. When you get over this hill, it's like the door opens and there's a breakthrough. There's this sudden, oh my God moment where things just race forward and pick up speed very, very quickly. This rider is moving very fast, very fast. Okay, so your first tarot card is the Knight of Cups. There's something you've been working on, not just for the money. There's something that you have embraced with your heart in some way, whether this is your business, whether this is your work. Maybe you're saving up money for a house, for a trip, to expand your family, for a wedding. It could be any number of things that you have been working on to earn money or working to save money for, but it's something that means a lot to you. Something that really makes your heart soar when you think about it. Okay? And that's important energy because that's where abundance comes from. It comes from that emotional connection to the result, that positive emotional connection to the result. All right, so then you move into this King of Pentacles energy. There will come a point when you relax into it. You're going to start to see money coming in a little bit at a time, they're telling me. But then it will pick up speed and it will pick up speed and it will pick up speed. It's like you get over this last hill and okay, they're showing me someone skiing down a mountain. It's like you go over like a little molehill. I don't know much about skiing, so you go over a little hill, and you think that's it. But then you go down another hill, and the wind blowing in your hair, the exhilaration of the speed. That's what it feels like when whatever it is you're working on or working towards starts to pick up speed, and you start to see the momentum become reality. But part of the trick here is settling into it. It doesn't mean stop working. It doesn't mean stop hoping for it or working hard for it. But it does mean settling in and getting comfortable with your own abundance. It's this unshakable belief. You know, this man here, this king, he is not in the least bit worried about his money. Is it because he has all the money in the world and has no worries? Or is it because he knows he has the golden touch? And he knows he can make the money he needs when he needs to. And that's kind of the energy that you need to work into. In combination with this book card, that's the secret. That's the secret. Settling into that feeling of knowing it's nearly here. Okay. All right, so then we have this Page of Cups reversed. Hold on one second. I just want to hear what they want to say about this card. They're saying, look to the sky. Okay. Oh, on the card, on the card. So if we look at this card upright, you can see, you know, there's a pig in the sky, kind of like the saying when pigs fly. His feet are off the ground. It gives me, when it's upright, it gives me this feeling of wishful thinking without any basis in reality, you know, fantasizing, dreaming of it. They're giving me here with this as your card in reverse. It feels like a dream, but it's not. It's a reality that is so exciting and so surreal that it's hard to believe it actually is happening. And that's how you're going to feel. You're going to look at it and go, how did this happen? How did, you know, just yesterday, not literally, but just yesterday, I was worried that I was going to go broke or that I wasn't going to be able to afford this or I was going to have to close my business, whatever it may be. And now, just look what has become of that. How amazing it is, how wonderful it is. It feels like a dream, but it's very, very much a reality. All right, so your advice here from Spirit is the King of Cups reversed. Hold on, let me just listen. They started to say something and I was going to speak over them, so hold on one sec. They're saying for you to keep yourself aligned with your goal. Keep yourself aligned with your goal. Don't let any rocky waters, right? Rocky waters in tarot essentially means big emotions, emotional upheavals, emotional ups and downs. Don't let those rocky waters shake you off of your axis, shake you off of your throne, shake you off of your center. Try to stay as centered as you can. Keep yourself in that place of knowing and believing, and don't give up. Don't let go. Don't give up. You're actually almost there. And you can't see it now. It may even feel worse now than ever. And it may feel like you've reached a point where you can't take much more. But that's precisely when you're about to make a breakthrough. And you are. You are. If this reading is for you, you are about to make a breakthrough. This rider is about to break through the doors, break through the walls. And I just see abundance raining down on you. So stay the course, stay hopeful, don't give up. You're almost there, group one, and you can get through this. You can make it. You can. Okay. All right, group one. I hope that helps. I hope it gives you what you need. Don't give up, y'all. All right. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye. Hey, group two. All right. So today we're taking a look at a situation in your life and how it's going to turn out. What's going to happen? So your initial card here is the King of Swords. I'm going to leave that up here while we get some additional cards down. Your first card is the Ship. Then you have the Tree. And then the Coffin. All right, let's get some tarot cards down. First card is the Tower. The Four of Pentacles. Temperance. And one more as an advice card for you. And finally, the advice card is the Star reversed. Okay, give me just a second. I just want to take these cards in and listen for some initial messages for you from Spirit. Before I do like to mention that if you would like a personal reading, one that's just about you and your situation, not a general reading like this is, you can check my website, pink22tarot.com, and you can see what's available there. Otherwise, I hope this reading gives you exactly what you need. If it does, and if it helps you in any way, please give it a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down below, subscribe, whatever you feel called to do. It really helps me, helps my channel. Most importantly, it helps me know that our energies are connecting and resonating. So thank you for that. All right, now bear with me for just a sec while I listen to Spirit and what they want to tell you. Okay, so what they're giving me for those of you who chose this reading, if this reading is for you, they're telling me that you made a big change in your life. You may have left your home. Some of you may have even left your country or your city. You've moved away from family, possibly. That won't necessarily be everybody. But you you left something that felt very stable and secure, but unhappy, either unhappy or not fulfilling, to go after something new, to do something new, to pursue something that you really, really wanted for yourself. They're telling me now that you are starting to feel a bit worn out, a bit worn down from this change. This change took a lot out of you. And there's a part of you that's missing what you once had. And you're wondering, should you go back to that? Should you give up this pursuit of yours, this change you've made, and go back to what you had? Maybe you'd be happier there. There's something that is kind of pulling your thoughts, at least, back to a situation that was, because it feels like the change you've made, maybe it feels like it's not working out. It's not panning out the way you'd hoped, or there's something that just feels a bit unsteady or unstable or uncomfortable to you. And so there's this question of, I don't know, what do I do? Do I keep going? Or do I go back to what I had, where it was maybe a little bit more predictable, a little bit easier to navigate, a little bit more comfortable in a sense? Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to you. If it does, this is your reading. If it doesn't, choose one of the other ones. No big deal. Okay, so your initial card here is the King of Swords. This is you pursuing something, a big change. It could be, again, moving home, moving out of your city, moving out of your country, making a big lifestyle change. It could be leaving your job to start a business of your own. What other? Those are the examples they're giving me. You'll have to fill in the blanks for yourself, because this is a general reading. But you left something predictable, something comfortable, something familiar to do something new because you felt called to it. You felt like it was important. You felt like that it was the direction you're meant to go. But again, I'm getting this feeling of now you're starting to wonder if you made a mistake. Or if you didn't make a mistake, maybe you're happy with what you did, but maybe you're feeling like maybe it's time to go back. Okay? But this is you, the King of Swords, going after something important to you. And at the time, it seemed very clear. It seemed crystal clear. Now, things may feel a little bit muddier. So when we look at your Lenormand cards, your initial card here is the Ship. This is you, again, possibly moving abroad, changing jobs, moving home, changing your lifestyle in some significant way, right? This is something you would have already done. I would say for all of you, but maybe it's something you're contemplating and second guessing, but haven't done yet. But this is the energy that you were in and are in. But what I see coming here, and what Spirit is showing me here with this tree card, is they're giving me that in some way you do go back. You go back to where you had your roots planted, to where things felt very secure and stable, even if it didn't include the freedom, that you may feel you have now. There's something familiar here, something with some longevity, something that feels more rooted. I am showing that you do go back, but it does feel very temporary. It feels very temporary because it's followed here by the Coffin card. What I'm getting is that you're going to go back, and it's going to open your eyes to the reality of that situation. You're going to see it for what it really is, not for what you have fantasized it to be. Sometimes when we look at the past, even when we look at, maybe our childhood home or our, some situation in the past, we tend to romanticize it. We remember it being better than it really was. But in some way, you return to that place where you were a little more rooted, a little more stable, and you're going to see it for what it really is. And it changes everything for you. It changes everything for you. I do feel like for most of you, if not all of you, that you return and you realize it's not everything you remembered it to be, and you go back to following your dream. You go back to whatever it was you were pursuing before. Let me just see if Spirit wants to tell anybody here something different. So bear with me one second. No, they're flat out. They're telling me no. Um, they didn't even give me a chance to sit with that question. They're telling me that what you've been hanging on to, a past situation that even though you left it, you've still been carrying it with you all this time and looking back at it and looking back at it and wondering about it and thinking about it. It's not for you anymore. It's not meant for you anymore. There's a reason why you left. For some of you, this may even be a person. Maybe a person that you split up with and you return to. But you'll know what it is. But I am getting that you're going to revisit it and then close the door on it and go back to pursuing what you know in your heart to be right for you. It will no longer have that appeal because you will have seen it through different eyes after having left. You're remembering it. The way you're remembering it isn't quite reality, but you may be remembering it from the reality of who you were then. You're not the same person anymore. So when you go back to something as this new version of you, the situation won't be the same. And it will no longer appeal to you. It will no longer have that draw to you. And there's almost this need to go back so that you can cut that tie and close that door for good. Okay? All right, so we have here the Tower card. This is a big change you made. Big change. I'm not going to say threw everything away, but you did. What I'm getting is you picked up your life in some way and changed it thoroughly. You flipped it upside down. I feel strongly many of you moved to a different culture, moved to a very different place. You left a career that you had been in for a long time to do something very different, or you left the stability of working for an employer to working for yourself. You may have even left a long-term relationship, but it was a big change, a big change. And in hindsight, you realize now how big of a change you did make, how brave it was, how risky maybe it was. And there's a part of you that's kind of patting yourself on the back, going, "Good for you! I can't believe you did that. Like that was brave." Because it was. But when we know what we want, our higher self really pushes us forward, doesn't it? Something pushes us forward, and sometimes we feel like it's temporary insanity. Because you're looking at what you did and think, wow, first of all, that was brave. Second of all, what was I thinking, right? It's that kind of moment with the Tower card. It moves into this Four of Pentacles energy. There's, again, you've been hanging on to something. There's something that you haven't wanted to let go of, that you've always wondered, and you're especially wondering now if it's more meant to be for you to go back. Maybe you're thinking, oh, I had to leave in order to appreciate what I had. And it's an understandable feeling, right? Sometimes that is the case. Sometimes we do have to leave something to appreciate how great it was. I think this situation for you is going to turn out very, very differently than that. You go back to what you've been hanging on to in some way. You return to it. You revisit it. You re-experience it. And with the Temperance card, it's like you look at both sides, the dark and the light, the positive and negative, and you're able to, again, close that door and move forward with a sense of balance. You're no longer being pulled toward the past. You're no longer being pulled toward a situation that you left for a reason. You're no longer being knocked, out of balance because you're questioning yourself, you're doubting yourself. Should I have done this? Should I have gone? Should I have left? Should I have? You'll know. You'll know. So if you get this urge to return to something, don't shy away from it. Go ahead and return. Go back, revisit it, and see how it feels. Revisit it in some way that isn't permanent. Revisit it in a way that is temporary, if you can. If it's a job that you left, maybe stop by and talk to the people you used to work with. Revisit the workplace and what you were doing there. Even put your resume out for a similar job and start interviewing and see how you feel. What is holding you back right now is the past. It's holding you back because there's a part of you that has continued to wonder if you did the right thing or if you made a mistake or if you left something better to move on to something that isn't as good. You might have to revisit it to convince yourself, to confirm what the answer is. And the answer is close the door and move forward. You didn't make a mistake. You didn't. But you can't take my word for it, right? Maybe you can. You can, great. You can take my word for it, Spirit's word for it, and be able to shut that door and move forward. Wonderful. But I feel like a lot of you can't. That's why they're telling you it's okay to go back. Go back. It might be exactly what you need. Now, the advice from Spirit is the Star card. And they're showing me on this particular card, I'll turn it up right so you can see it. You can see the string she's holding. And it's tied to this star in the sky. It's being connected to something else. Now, when it's upright, it is kind of a hopeful feeling, It's a connection. Oftentimes, it's a connection to the universe, to spirit. But in this case, especially in reverse, I feel like you're connecting to something in the past that you need to let go of. Cut the tie, cut the cord, release it. There is a star in your future, but it's in the future. It's not in the past. You're not meant to go backwards. You're meant to go forwards, y'all. All right. Okay, group 2, I hope that helps. I hope it kind of gives you what you needed to know about the situation because I know it's probably been plaguing you for a while. So thank you so much for being here and have a great day, y'all. Bye. Hey, group 3. So today we're looking at a situation in your life and how it's going to turn out, right? So your initial card here is the 7 of Cups. I'm going to leave that up here for now while we get the rest of your cards down. Then we'll jump into your reading. Okay. Your first card is Lilies. Then you have the Key. And the Tree. All right. Now let's get your tarot cards down. First card is the Ace of Wands. Then the 5, excuse me, sorry, the 5 of Wands reversed. Page of Pentacles, and one more as an advice card for you. And your advice card is the King of Swords. All right, give me just a second. I just want to take these cards in, and then I'm going to listen for some initial messages for you from Spirit. Before I do like to mention that if you would like a personal reading, when it's just about you and your situation, not a general reading such as this, you can check my website, pink22tarot.com, and see what's available there. Otherwise, I do hope this reading brings you what you need. If it helps you, if it brings you messages that help you in any way, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down below, subscribe, whatever you feel called to do. It helps me, it helps my channel. But most importantly, it helps me know that our energies are connecting and resonating, and I'm really grateful for that. So thank you. All right, give me just a sec while I listen for some initial messages to share with you. Hold on one sec, y'all. All right, the first thing they're telling me is that this has to do with choices, or a choice that you either have to make or want to make. They're telling me you've been sitting on a situation for a while, debating what to do, debating whether to do anything at all, maybe. You want to move a situation forward. I feel like a lot of you, this has to do with your work, your lifestyle in some way, which again feels heavily about work or what you do for a living, but that won't be for everyone. There is this desire to make a change and not knowing what to do to get where you want to go. It's like you can vision in your mind's eye where you want to be, but you haven't a clue how to get there. And this has been sitting in your mind for a while. You've been contemplating this for a while, and still not quite coming up with the right answers, or what you feel is the right answer. And so you're looking for some guidance. What will get me there? Which path should I choose? Which option should I choose? When should I make this decision? It feels like there's a lot of questions here that you are wanting answers to. And more than wanting to just know how is this going to work out, I am getting strongly that you're asking yourself, what option is going to get me where I want to go? Okay. All right. So your initial card here, the Seven of Cups, this does show that you've got options, that you've got decisions to make, you've got choices. The Seven of Cups is all about looking at your options, but not really knowing. There are options that will be good for you, options that won't be good for you, options that will take you nowhere, options that could, take you everywhere you've wanted to go. But it's trying to figure out which is which that is challenging. That's the struggle. You know you want something different for yourself in some way, whether it's a different career, it could be a different major in college, a different course of study. It could be moving home, where do you want to live? It's a change that you've been considering, but you haven't been able to land on the right answer. Okay. So your initial Lenormand card here is the lilies, and this tells me that you've been sitting on this question for a while, just like these frogs are sitting on the lily pads, kind of motionless. It's they're just telling me it's been a while, and you feel like you're not any closer to an answer now than you were when you first started thinking about it. And you just wish the universe would hand you the answer, because you're getting tired of wondering. You know what you want. How do you get there? How do you make it happen? It's not an easy question. It's not an easy answer to come up with. They're telling me that you've been looking in the wrong place. You've been looking to others for what they've done, and perhaps trying to emulate their experience because you like where they ended up. But they're saying that's not for you. Looking at what others have done makes you a follower. And in this situation, you are meant to lead the way for yourself, maybe for others, but you're meant to pave your own path here. You're meant to create your own reality, which means not copying what somebody else has done um, in any way. You know, you may like how someone made something happen. Maybe you like their business. Maybe you like where they ended up in their career, or you like where they live and you want a similar lifestyle. You see somebody who's got a lot of friends and you think, oh, I should move to that city. It'll be great to make a lot of friends as well. It would be a different experience for you if you followed their path. So the spirit's coming in to say, don't follow someone else's path. Don't look at what other people are doing. You are meant to find this for yourself, but you're looking in the wrong places. You're looking in the wrong places. Interesting. Okay. So your next card here is the key. The solution is coming. The key is inside of you. The first step is stop looking at everybody else. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop comparing the results other people get, the life they may appear to have. But more importantly, don't look to other people for ideas right now. And that's not always the case. Sometimes we get a lot of great ideas from other people. But your spirit guides are coming in today and they're talking to me about creating a new experience for yourself that you haven't seen anyone else do. It doesn't mean no one else has ever done it, but you haven't seen it. For example, if you're thinking about moving to a new city or a new country, maybe you know somebody who has moved here or moved there and they really like it. Don't follow them. There is a place for you that you're not going to find by following somebody you know or somebody online. You're going to find it by following your own heart. Same thing with business ideas or how to grow your business, how to expand your business. The solution is there, but it's like you're using the key to unlock the wrong door or using the wrong key to unlock your door. But the solution is coming. Let me see if they can give me some insight into what the solution is for you. Other than it is something that you've not seen anyone else do before. But yet it doesn't mean nobody's done it. Obviously, if you're thinking about moving, and maybe you decide on Morocco, obviously it's not because no one's ever moved to Morocco, but you don't know anyone who has. So it becomes such a brand new experience. And that's what it's all about, is you're creating something brand new for you. If it's a business, if you're trying to grow something, it's something that you've not seen anybody else do. And it will be a new experience for you and for others in some way. Okay, let me see if they can tell me anything. They're telling you to think about what makes you happy outside of this area. Consider the things that you get caught up in, that you lose your sense of time in. For example, just to give you an example, if you're looking for ideas to grow your business, and I don't know, maybe your business is reading tarot cards, but you also have a love for photography. Has nothing to do with your business, but you do love it. You love photography. You love taking pictures. You love seeing things from a new perspective and capturing it. How can you marry those two joys in your life into one thing? Maybe it's using your photography skills to create your own oracle deck. That's just an example. But you have to use your own experience and your own thoughts and ideas. But they're encouraging you to look at what makes you happy outside of this particular situation And what can you do to incorporate it? There's a solution. The idea that's meant for you is there somewhere. And what does that lead to? That leads to the tree. It leads to you branching out. It leads to new ideas, new experiences, um, new abundance, but also a sense of stability. So if you're moving, it's putting in roots. If it's a business, you're growing stability by branching out and doing different things that bring you joy, but also pay the bills. Yeah. Okay. All right. So your first tarot card is the Ace of Wands. You're in a place where you're trying to conjure up the inspiration for what you want to do, where you want to go, how you want it to look, and how to get there. You know, it's all inspiration. It's coming from inside of you. And the inspiration, they're telling me, is just below the surface. You will find it. You will find it, y'all. As soon as you stop looking in the wrong places. Okay? Because we've got here the Five of Wands in reverse. This is you stepping back from the competition, stepping back from people you know, not to say you're disassociating with people, but you stop looking at them for your inspiration. You're getting out of this mix, this jumble of what everybody else is doing, and you're going your own way. You're creating your own path. You're following your own heart, your own desire. And again, remember the message of look at what else you love to do. Okay? Because that leads to the Page of Pentacles. That's when the inner inspiration starts to become a reality, starts to create the life you want, starts to create the business you've been dreaming of, starts to create the home or the lifestyle that you've been desiring and hoping for. It's there. You'll build it from there. It will grow. It will expand. It will bring you what you've been hoping for and wanting. But it starts somewhere very different from where everyone else is. Okay? So the advice from Spirit is the King of Swords. They're saying, look at your world. And if you can see on this card, it's a much different King of Swords card than most. But you've got a bat and a crow or a raven. You've got an owl. You've got all different symbols and things on here, feathers and flowers. Look at your world. What do you surround yourself with? What do you enjoy? What do you love? Look around your world with not a critical eye, but a very aware eye, with an open mind. Because there's pieces of a puzzle here that you can put together that I'm not going to say no one else has thought of, but that you haven't thought of, and that you've not seen anybody do. Your competition isn't doing it. Your friends aren't doing it. Your circle, your network circle or social circle isn't doing it. This is meant to be for you and your experience alone, you know, for your business or your lifestyle. You're creating your own path, but it's by working with something that you already enjoy and putting those puzzle pieces together for yourself. Okay? All right, group 3, that's what I have for you. I hope that helps. I hope it gives you just a little bit of guidance and insight into where to put your thoughts and what to think about. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you, and have a great day, y'all. Bye-bye.